All right, hello, ladies and gents. It's your boy Elisha. So today I got a video. It's gonna be a tips for the check ride, or basically what you need to do, how you get ready for your check ride, and then what to expect and how to react just in case if you don't pass the check ride. I know. Okay, so I said last time that every time I post a video, I'm gonna ask question, and then you guys are gonna post the video, respond it down in a comment, and then come back to the video. So today's word is gonna be embraer. So like, for example, we have embraer 175 or embraer 145, so on and so forth. What does the word embraer stand for, or what does it mean in long words? All right, pause the video now and go down in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe as well, and then come back to the video. Okay, so the first tip for the check ride, okay, the number one thing is I would say start the heavy study a week before the check ride. Don't wait the last minute. And so this video was triggered by a student. One of my students, I told him to go home and sleep. This was a night before the check ride. I said that, and then I did emphasize to him that he should go home and sleep. And so what he did was the opposite. He went home and he spent the whole night studying. And so of course, you already know what came out. The next day he came in, he did a check ride. He did the ground, it was really good, it was okay. But when he went out to fly, he did maneuvers right before he did his solo flight. Slow flight, sorry. Before he did his slow flight, he basically busted on the altitude. And what's crazy is that this was his best maneuver. Like his slow flight was the best. Like I had no question. Every time he did his slow flight, it was right on the money. But he failed it. He failed that maneuver. So, and this proves out to you that fatigue is something that you're really not gonna feel. He was feeling okay, but somehow he's gonna screw somewhere. So when you are tired, you're not gonna see the effect of it until you did something crazy. So don't wait until you do something crazy before you know that you are tired, please. So the guy failed his check ride, of course, but basically I was surprised because, like I said, this was his best maneuver. Now, sleeping at night, the night before the check ride is kind of hard. I mean, you are scared, but at least try. You know, you're gonna fall asleep, and then when you wake up, or maybe you're gonna dream about the check ride, and then it's kind of terrifying, but it's not. Don't be scared of check ride. You know, try to calm yourself as much as you can, and then go for it. Okay, that was tip number 2. It says don't study the night before the check ride. It's almost the same as the first one, so try to sleep. All right, tip number 3. During your exam, explain what you're doing and how you're going to do it. At least let your examiner know you're starting the maneuver. Sometimes people, you know, the students don't want to talk. They want to focus on the flying the airplane. But remember, the examiner, he's not in your mind, and he don't know. He never flown with you, at least, so he has no idea what you're doing. At least you explain it to him. Of course, he's gonna tell you what to do, but I feel it will be fair. It will be easier for him to know what's going on if you kind of be like, okay, I will just go ahead and clear the area before I do the maneuver. And then when you start the maneuver, say like, I'm starting the maneuver now. So he knows that you started the maneuver. Sometimes people, they clear the area, you can maybe lose your altitude while you're clearing the area. And then if the examiner thought maybe you already started, then he's gonna fail you because of that. You don't know if you started. And then if you say that I haven't started maneuver yet, he's gonna be like, maybe you're trying to, and of course, he's not gonna know if you started a maneuver or not. That's what I'm trying to say. So it would be nice to say when you're starting your maneuver so he knows that you are starting your maneuver. Okay? Tip number 4 is treat that examiner like your first official passenger. Don't be terrified of him or her. So I've had a student that was very, very scared of the examiner. And so he would try to change stuff, and just he was so scared. The moment he sees the examiner, he thinks he just gets terrified. He's not even scared, terrified. It was really, really bad. So I was like, bro, treat that examiner like a passenger. Don't treat him like somebody who's here to just kill you or somebody who's trying to fail you. Really, the examiners are not coming in to fail you. They come in to verify that you're safe and okay to fly. Just because the CFI is not going to sign you off for the check ride if he thinks that you are not ready for the check ride. So the FAA examiner, they come in to verify what the CFI was saying by signing you off. So treat that examiner like your first passenger, and of course, be the PIC, pilot in command. Be pilot in command, fly the airplane, make decisions. If something comes up, make a decision and follow through accordingly. Number 5, it says do everything the way you have been doing it. Of course, considering the conditions. So if something pops up, you gotta have to change, the procedure. But normally, just do the same way you've been doing stuff. Because sometimes people get terrified and they want to put in new things, or they want to change new stuff at the last minute, right before check ride. I mean, if you try to change stuff right before check ride, you're gonna screw, because that's not how you've been doing it this whole time. So try to stick with the routine, and of course, if something pops up, you need to respond accordingly. Number 6, don't ever argue with the examiner. He's testing you according to the ACS. Once he uttered the word disapproval, failed, or whatever, he's not changing it. I'm sorry. So basically, that examiner is not here to teach you. He's testing you. He's testing you according to the ACS. That's why I like to have my students read your ACS. You need to read POH, the Aircraft Operating Handbook. The Aircraft Operating Handbook. You need to read it so you know what the aircraft limitations are. You need to read the ACS. You also need to read other books to get ready for the check ride. I recommend that you read the ACS at least twice, like cover to cover. Don't just read stuff in the middle and let it go like that, because that guy can tell if you read it or not. Now, if you fail the check ride, you're not gonna put it on the examiner or put it on the instructor. You're supposed to know what you're doing, so you have to be responsible for this kind of thing and know your stuff. Know your stuff. The CFI is not going to teach every single thing, especially if he assigns you like the course, the internet course. So when you sign up for the course, they usually have a lot of stuff in it. So you need to go through the course and listen to the things, learn about it, know your airplane, know the airplane, know the rules. Okay, you need to be the PIC, so you need to know a lot of things. I've seen some student that comes in and they have this understanding that the only thing you need to know is what you need to basically the things that we do on a regular basis, but we need to know more than what we use, because just in case something pops up, you're gonna tap into the knowledge that we don't use regularly. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so another thing is, once the examiner says that you failed or you are disapproved, for whatever reason, don't try to argue, because he's not going to change his word. If he says that you didn't pass the check ride, that's it. Even if you say much or less, you failed. He's not going to change that. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. It's a professional, word. So whatever they say, they have to stick with it. So that's why before they say that, they have to make sure that they have a reason why they're failing you. Okay, and for the most part, I'm not an examiner, but for the most part, they're not gonna fail you because of one mistake that you did. Well, it depends on how bad it is. So if you make a mistake and then correct it right away, he's probably not gonna hunt you down because of that. But if you keep on repeating the same mistake, then he's asking, okay, is this guy safe? I mean, is he doing stuff? Does he seem like he knows what he's doing? Is it safe? Is he gonna be able to fly the plane? And then go from point A to B. Is if an emergency comes up, is he gonna be able to handle the emergency? That kind of stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that are coming in together. So you need to be responsible, do your homework. If you make a mistake, you are the PIC, correct it right away and move on. Now, if he says you failed, it's okay. I failed checkride before. I failed my commercial. So I know how it feels. It feels really bad. It's not right. I mean, you feel that way. It's normal. You can feel that way because we spend a lot of money on this thing, a lot of time. There's a lot of stuff that we put on the side so we can become a pilot. But if you fail, failing is a part of success. Okay. A lot of people say you have to pass every time, but if you fail and then you learn from that failure and then correct it and keep on going, that's okay. I'm not saying that you should go out there and fail the check rides, but I'm saying that if it happens and then you fail, don't feel like it's the end of the world. Like some people want to go home and drink and do whatever, like something to, just harm themselves. No, just take deep breath and then be like, okay, what did I make? Where did I make a mistake? I know it's really bad. It feels bad, and it's gonna show up on every time you go to apply for a pilot job, it's gonna pop up. They're gonna see it. Don't even lie about it. If they ask if you failed, just say it. You did fail. It's okay. Now, if you keep on failing the check ride, then you're not serious somehow. You need to be serious and know what you're doing, and then we'll go from there. Man up, man. Don't be somebody who, when you fail the check ride, you're out there, you are screaming and then arguing with the examiner or CFI or anything like that. It's your responsibility. You gotta take your time, learn, and make sure you're not pushing the CFI to sign you off. Come on, the CFI is doing his job by teaching you. Make sure that you know what you're supposed to be knowing before he signs you off. But I've had students that try to push you so that way you can sign them off. But even if the CFI signs you off, if you're not safe, really you are doing the service to yourself and the people that are going to be in the plane or the airspace that you're going to be flying in. So do your homework and then have the CFI give you the honest opinion. Don't force them to give you the sign off when you're not ready. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Elisha once again, and I'll say keep learning, exercise, grow spiritually, grow mentally, exercise.